All right, another hold point for the Aussie. Our next guest just picked up her 4th career title at 37 years young. She was the Queen of Queens. There she is, Tatjana Maria. Tatjana, it's good to see you. Jeff here, Vicky Duval, Nick Monroe. It looks like you're in London. You're already underway on the courts. What's your week of practice looking like?
Yeah, we just arrived yesterday in London, back in London, and I practiced today. The weather is amazing, so it's nice.
Lovely.
Tati, thanks so much for joining us. We're so excited to have you. We were following that Queens run and just match in and match out from Muhova and on through. Walk us through that run and how it felt for you playing there at Queens.
Yeah, actually, I mean, I was starting in the quali, and we went really round by round. I qualified. I beat Fernandez, then Muchova, and we went really day by day, and we tried to talk about every single match, about the tactic and everything, and somehow I was in the final, and then I wanted to win the final, of course, and it was amazing.
Tatjana, it's so good to see you. I still have never forgotten the match we played in Landisville. It felt like 5 hours long, and she actually beat me. I couldn't handle the slice. I couldn't handle the slice anymore. But obviously you travel with your family, which I think is so sweet, and your daughter is old enough to understand what's happening as she watches, and I know you practice with her a little bit as well. We're going to be looking out for her in a couple years on the tour. What does that mean to you to have their support and to have your family with you?
No, that's the best feeling ever. I mean, especially because Charlotte, she wants to become also a champion, and she's practicing hard every day, and we are traveling all around the world and doing this all together and enjoying every single second of it. So it's really, really nice to hold this kind of trophy at the end of the week. And I mean, it was funny because when we arrived over there, we saw the picture with the big trophy, and Cici, my little one, she said, "Wow, that's a big trophy." And I told her, "Okay, I will try to get this one." And I mean, it worked out pretty well.
Wow.
Well, it's so amazing on so many levels, not just the players you beat, but before the grass season, I think you had lost 9 matches in a row, and these are things that a lot of tennis players had to deal with. I think this is a losing streak of over 2 months, and you're playing such tough players, but tennis is great. You get a new opportunity each week. Like, could you have ever imagined that this type of run was coming up, knowing how it was the month leading up to it?
No, but actually, on grass, for me, when I went on grass, it started for me like a new season. Mm-hmm. So I was really mentally ready to start from zero. I know that the clay court season is not my favorite one. So every year when we start on grass, I know, okay, I can do something on grass. I can beat the best players. And I really went like this in this tournament. I mean, that it happened like this right away. It was amazing. But I was confident. I didn't think 1 second about the last 2 months. It was on grass. I love to be on grass. I want to play as many matches as I can on grass. And this was the only focus what I had.
Amazing. Walk us through some of the practice, because I know at Australian Open, sometimes you would hit with Charlotte at like 7 in the morning, and then you'd go and have your own practice after that. Were you also hitting with Charlotte there on the grass, and how was your practice routine going into these matches?
I mean, it was a little bit tricky because when we arrived over there, of course, I practiced with Charlotte, but after she was not allowed anymore to play on the grass court because they were saying maybe, if she can destroy the grass court. So it was not easy for us to find the practice, what we did normally. Right. I mean, here, it's a little bit more trickier this year because also here normally we practice at 7:30 indoors in Wimbledon, and now from this year also it's not she's not allowed anymore, only if she plays with me. So now we have to really organize it well, and she practices with me on the grass court, or I go with her indoor and we practice together to make it going, because the focus is still are my kids.
That's so good. So how many practices? So you're practicing with your daughter, then you're practicing with other players on the tour. Are you having like 2 to 3 practices a day?
I have the feeling I practice all day long now.
Practice makes perfect.
Stay fresh.
Exactly.
Tatjana, you had such a deep run last year and you almost got to the trophy. I just want to know where your mindset is at going into this Wimbledon and the expectations that you have, and do you feel a lot of pressure going into this event?
I have to say my focus was like really to enjoy every second of it. So I came here and I try really to enjoy everything what I do, and to not think too much about it. I mean, I know it's also I'm not seeded, so the draw will the draw is not out yet, but you never know how the draw is, and I really want to focus round by round, day by day. So I really try to not put me a lot of pressure and try really to enjoy the moment.
Speaking of the draw, you're ranked 45, so you will be unseeded. Like, do you think that if a seeded player or someone sees you in the draw, that they're gonna face you on the grass? Do you think that they look at it and they're like, oh my God, I gotta like take on this slice guru? I'm just curious if you can kind of get that vibe that other players don't want to play you and see you in their draw.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know that they don't want to play me because, I mean, nobody plays like me, so
Yeah.
I understand that it's a tricky part, especially on grass. But I guess that's a good point for me.
For sure.
Hey, what adjustments do you make on the grass? We were speaking with Yannick Sinner's coach earlier as far as if they change the tension at all in their string because of the heavier balls. Is that something that you do? Do you change your tension? And do you work kind of on the forecourt a little bit more? What adjustments are you making on the grass?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I practice to go more to the volley, to the net, of course. The tension, actually, I don't change really, but it's really the focus to go more to the net. But actually, my game automatically, I mean, as soon as I step on the grass, I feel like I feel pretty well, and it's with the flow, and it goes pretty much alone. But of course, it's also the net play a lot what we practice.
I don't know the exact numbers, but for the people that have watched you play, for sure a majority of your shots are slice. It's forehand and backhand, especially on the grass. But we know, I remember you told us the story of when you switched from a two-hander to a one-hander, but you of course can hit topspin flat shots. When you practice, do you think it's the same mixture? Are you still, would you say in a practice you are slicing your shots a higher percentage of the time as well?
I mean, now I play a lot with sparring partner, then I play more slice.
Yeah.
I mean, I hit also normal shots, but I mix it really up.
Okay.
If I play with other players, I mean, it's more spin, because otherwise they don't want to practice with me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's really.
So it's more like this. But for the moment, I practice really a lot with hitting partners, and then I can practice how I want, and I practice also a lot of slice. I still mix it up, but it's more slice.
Tatjana, go ahead. We've obviously seen a lot of players playing into their later years on the tour, and we've been so impressed by how well you're moving, particularly on the grass. I just want to know what your day looks like as far as fitness, how much you do in the gym and on the court, and also where your mindset is as you're getting to the later stages of your career. How do you perceive where you are now and kind of your goals going forward?
Practicing with Charlotte all day long. I mean, no, but it's a huge point, because I mean, I am a lot on the tennis court, and I do all my fitness on the tennis court. It's a lot of running and everything on the court. I don't do a lot fitness outside of the court. I mean, I have my osteopath with me who does some exercise, but the focus is really to do a lot of running and everything on the court with the racket. But to be honest, I mean, my main goal, what I say all the time, would be that I continue as long as I can to play the doubles with Charlotte, what I really want to do when she starts. So this is really my main goal, and I try to enjoy also. I mean, for me, it's not, it doesn't make me tired to play with Charlotte, because I do it for her, and it makes me so happy that she's happy. And I mean, everybody can understand who has kids. You do it for your child, and it's something super special, and yeah, I love to do it.
And I think maybe even for myself, but I think fans watching, what are you focusing on in Charlotte's game? How old is she right now, and what are you focusing on in her game? Because sometimes I watch juniors practice, and a lot of it's at the baseline. You don't see a lot of variety in different practice sessions. What are you guys tailoring her game to be like?
Yeah, I mean, she's 11 years old. She will turn 12 end of December. But we focus a lot. I mean, she does also a lot of things in a little box. A lot of, I mean, she can play slice.
Yeah.
She can go to the net. She loves to play volley. But she hits, of course. She's a pretty aggressive player. But she can do everything. And I think that's the most important part, that you can, I mean, you have to have a plan B, not only plan A. So she's able to hit the ball, but also to play slice, to do drop shots, to come to the net. Yeah, to have this variety, and I think that's super important in her game.
So cool.
Well, one more question about when we saw a lot of those pictures of center court. I just wanted to ask you, had Marion Bartoli on earlier, and just what does it feel like to play on that center court? What's the feeling that you get when you made the semifinals there in 2022? What was that vibe like?
But it was amazing. I mean, to be in the semi-final, was such a special moment. But even now, I mean, Charlotte, for example, Charlotte, she's now older and she realized the things even more. It's even more special now to do, to play good tournaments, because she's realizing it more, and she's really on the side and with us. So it's really, really nice. That's
really special. In 2015, that was the first year you had double-digit tour wins. You had 10 that year. That was when you were 27 years old. I think a lot of people would think 27 might be the prime age of a tennis player. Now, 10 years later, you're 37 and you just got the biggest title of your career. Which tennis player is better, you at 37 or you at 27?
I think mentally I'm better now. I mean, I changed mentally completely, because I think as you grow and as you are a mom also, maybe mentally you are changing, and you realize what is really important. And I mean, I knew I wanted to have a family also when I was young already, but I knew my family is the most important, and I love to play tennis. And when you are older, you realize more what is important and what is your job, let's say. But you want to teach your kids also how to enjoy, how to do a sport, what is really nice. We are traveling around the world, we are earning a lot of money, and you want to do it in a nice way. So I think this is the most part what changed.
What are some lessons that you've learned throughout your career that you're really trying to impart on Charlotte? You know, you played so many years on the tour, you've had so much experience now. Are there certain lessons that you've learned that you now really want to impart on her career?
I mean, the lesson, what is really important, because I mean, normally we lose every single week. I mean, you don't win every single week, but you have to keep going and to try to enjoy the process also, even if you lose, to not take it like a catastrophe. I mean, of course you are sad, but still you have to go out the next day and you continue and you try to improve and you try to work on things what you didn't do well, and you keep going. I mean, I think that's the most important, to not go so much in this up and downs. So keep going and think about the process and try to enjoy every single second.
So fun to watch you play and to cover that amazing title run a few weeks ago, especially with the family affair. It's so easy to root for. So thank you for coming on and sharing more on that.
Thank you so much.
And best of luck at Wimbledon, Tatjana.